Good afternoon, it's Pamela from Yorkshire in the north of England, here to talk about crochet. Now today's video is going to be a mashup of just about everything because I am struggling for time. I have had things going on every day this week. I had a lot of days out last week. I'm also trying to watch the Wimbledon tennis. I absolutely adore Wimbledon. In fact, talking of that, I probably will take the whole fortnight off next year so that it doesn't interfere with my tennis watching. Having said that, if I can get videos out on a morning, I'll be fine. Anyway, I'm behind with my viewing of YouTube channels that I want to watch. I think it all started with the holiday. You know, you just get behind and then it's really hard. Now, I've done the gnome stroke gonk that I wanted to do for my friend Pearl for her birthday. It was her birthday yesterday, so I've already gifted it. However, I'll pop a picture in, or here, wherever, to show you what it came out like. Now, there's two things missing on the one that I've done. I didn't do the stand-up tulip that goes at the side of it because I didn't think that were necessary, and I haven't put a butterfly on the tulip off of the hat. Two reasons. One, I thought it may be too heavy because it's got a pipe cleaner in the stem, and also, but I have thought since I could have sewn it to the hat instead. So I'm still going to do one and see if she wants it on. Now, this is the gnome that I've done. So the one that I've given her is basically everything except for the butterfly and the stand-up tulip at the side. Now, I've never done a mufficorn pattern before. I did find it strange because you start at the stem at the top, so you've got this like huge length of a stem. Then you start the hat joined onto that. You have to get the pipe cleaner in, and then you work all the way to the bottom. Now that, to me, bear in mind this thing is about 9-10 inches tall. That's a lot of length to try and keep a straight stem, you know, because you don't want it to keep bending because it'll weaken the pipe cleaner. So, you know, to be able to crochet that, I was having to hold it up, and I found it very uncomfortable. If I were to make one of those again, I would go with what I think it's Rebecca from Yarn and Pyjamas says that she uses her favourite bottom that she usually does for gnomes or gonks, and then you attach the top half to it. I think that's what I would do if I were to do it again. But it is a beautiful pattern. It's very understandable. I didn't find any problems actually reading the pattern. It was just it being cumbersome to work with. My other problem was I bought some yarn while I was down in Great Yarmouth to use for this project, and it was very splitty. It's this stuff, the Starcraft Naturals Organic. Now, I think Jeanette from Cafety Clegg has used this recently, and she said the same, that it was splitty. Now, when I first started doing amigurumi and making dishcloths and all that, this is one of the few that I used as well as paint box yarns, and I used a lot of it, and I don't remember it being like this. I really don't. Its predecessor, the Starcraft Classic Cotton, is brilliant, but if they've adjusted this or whatever since, I don't know, but I did not like it at all. So, and that was another problem because I kept having to undo and go back and put right where there were little splitty cotton bits everywhere. So I didn't enjoy that part of it. All that would be fine using a different yarn. So the colours I used, I bought 2 balls of this. You see, this is why it's a mishmash, because I'm going to do the yarn haul that I did on holiday at the same in this video as well. I'm trying to do my makes first so that, you know, if you don't want to see all that, you can, you know, turn off and, you know, get on with your daily life. So I just used this colour, which is called Blossom, for the main body. So it used nearly a 50-gram ball for that part of the project. The tulip I added, I didn't go with that colour for the tulip that I added to the stem, and I used this colour, which is Starcraft Naturals Organic Cotton 50-gram balls in the colour Flamingo. So I use that for that. The stem, the leaf and the brim of the hat was done in the same cotton, and that's in the colour Leaf. And the white braids, which I have to say is a brilliant way of doing braids, you chain, I can't tell you how you do it because it's part of the pattern, but basically you've got 3 chains, I'm not telling you how they're attached together, and then you braid them. I have to say that is very neat and it's brilliant. And for those I use the colour gypsum. So yeah, that you know, I just did not like it. The nose and the hands were done with King Cole Cotton Soft in the colour Butterscotch, which I thought that colour went really nicely with the pink. If only I'd done the whole project in something like this, so we wouldn't have had half the trouble that we had. I used my 2.75mm hook, and yeah, I'm sorted with the outcome. I love the finished product. I just didn't particularly enjoy the journey, but I've learned from it, and I will not attempt, certainly not a big item like that with that type of cotton again. So that's one of, oh, by the way, the book Muffy Corn, Amigurumi Gnomes, which I've shown before. It is a fantastic book. My second thing I've done is for hashtag hooking up with books. Now I'm also going to combine this for the hashtag Christmas Extravaganza 2024 that I'm doing with K&K Crochet, because I think it's got a Christmas feel. It's from a Christmas pattern, so I think it's perfect for that. Last year, if you remember, I was trying to do a lot of free patterns in November for Christmas, and one of them was this paint box yarns pattern, which is from lovecrafts.com. It's free on their site, and it's festive gnomes, gonks to me, and I absolutely love this pattern. It is a favourite pattern. They're very well written, I think, are these paint box yarns ones, and I think this is going to be a favourite all through however long I'm crocheting. You know, I do love it. So this is the one that I've done. Now it's for the hooking up with books, and like I say, also for Christmas Extravaganza. Now I've just been telling Cassandra and Caroline on an email that I haven't read the book. The book was The Marsh King's Daughter by Karen Dion. Now I read somewhere that there was hunting and tracking of animals in the book. Well, I am not a fan of hunting animals. I certainly don't think people should do it for sport. Whether it's for sport in the book, I don't know, but I'm a vegetarian. I don't find it a savoury subject, so I didn't want to read the book. Like I say, I've held my hands up to them, you know, like it's just me, is that I know I can read about murders and things, but that's entirely fictional. Whereas I can't explain why I feel like that, but I don't like hunting. So I've done this for the 2 projects. So obviously it is a Christmas gonk, but the colours on the front of the book, which I'll pop a picture in, I think are fairly good compared, you know, to like this one. It reminds me of the colours on the book and the trees that's in the background. So for this one, I've used Serdar Snuggly Replay DK yarn, 50g balls in the colour Go Faster Green, which is that one, Go Faster Green. And you know, I do like doing my amigurumi with these cotton blends. You know, I think they're really, really good. The nose and the hands, I think this is a Serdar Snuggly Replay, and I think it was Boogie Board Brown, but I haven't got the label for that anymore. The white braids are in Serdar Snuggly Replay DK in the colour Whiz Kid White. I've used this colour loads of times, as you know. So that is all that I've used for that. It's a very good pattern, very simple to work up. I mean, I started this, I think it was, I can't remember now, but it must have took me no more than, say, five hours, something like that, to make up. I think it's a really lovely, and that's with having a little rest in between to have drinks and stuff like that. So I do thoroughly recommend this festive gnomes pattern from lovecrafts.com. So yeah, that is my contribution to 2 hashtag challenges. Now, so that's that. Now, like I say, if you don't want to continue with anything that's not making amigurumi, please feel free to leave the video here. Honestly, I don't want you to have to stay and watch something you don't want to watch. So as I was saying, I got one all of yarn. By the way, that was one of them, and so was the Stylecraft organic cotton, so I'm not going to show them again. I got a yarn haul from a lovely wool shop in Great Yarmouth. I've seen it advertised in it with either Crochet Now or Simply Crochet, and then we looked it up, and it wasn't too bad for us to go to, because we went to a waterside place for a boat ride, not only like, well 2 or 3 minutes away from it. It were really good. Lovely wool shop. The amount of stock she had was really good. Not quite up there with Black Sheep, but still very, very good. And it was called the Lost Sheep Wool Shop. So I got a yarn all there. So I'm going to show you that. I did actually put a picture on Instagram, but I went back before we came back home and got another couple of bits and bobs as well. But I'll just show you what I did get. I'm sure you're going to like these. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. I mean, the cottons, I obviously got to do the gonk for my friend Pearl, but I got some other things as well. Now we should have gone with this one actually. I just wasn't convinced I'd have quite enough with 50 grams, but it's a shame I didn't, because this would have been so much better to crochet with. But the Scapier stone washed, I haven't had any in pink before, so I got this colour, and this one is rose quartz, and this one is a darker pink, very, very pretty. I could have used these, I'm sure I could have combined them for it, and it's rhodochrosite. So yeah, I think they'd have been beautiful together for that gonk. I wish I'd have thought on, you know. But like I say, I wasn't convinced that I'd have enough of it. I've got 2 balls of the pale pink just in case, you see. So I got to go with them if I didn't, you know, like if I wanted to do something later. I got the stone washed minerals in a variegated yarn, so I can make a little pretty project with that actually. That one is in the colour, I can find it, these are sport weights by the way, Opal Ocean, and I think that's so pretty, and they will go together really well for a project. I like I say, I had nothing really in mind except for possibly doing the tulip gonk for Pearl, you know, but I think they are beautiful together, so they will come in for something, maybe something else for Pearl. I've got a shelf in her house, you know, now with stuff I've made for her that she's got, oh, I've bought for her that she's putting on the shelf, which I think is really, really lovely. So yeah, so those are that one. I've shown you the organic cottons that I got. I also, when I went back to get some more things, I got the greens and something else which you'll find out about later. But Scapier stone washed in the colour Fostente, I think it is, Fostern. So this was one that was possibly going to be used for the gonk that I've done for the Hooking Up with Books and Christmas extravaganza, but I ended up going with this green, which I got at the same time, and that one. Did I tell you that one? Malachite, that one. I don't think I think I've been a bit useless sometimes, probably. But anyway, those are the other ones I got before I came back home. Now these two, I've never seen these before, but they're so sweet, and I'm sure they'll make a lovely little amigurumi. But the Rikarumi. Oh, by the way, your fibre mix on the Scapier stonewashed is 78% cotton and 22% acrylic. But I saw they had a row of these, and I just thought they were so cute. But Ryukarumi Spin, and they are 50-gram cakes in variegated. And this one, I find it very hard to see the, oh, you can't, no. The colour is 002. I don't have a proper colour for it. That's same. Yeah, 002, which is the yellows. So it's just a little cake, 50-gram cake. And I just thought it'd make a lovely little amigurumi. So yellows I got, like, you know, for possibly doing a lion or a chicken, something like that. And then I saw this like pastel rainbow one, which is the colour 018, same thing, Ryukarumi Spin, which is that one. The $3.75 from that shop for the 50 grams. So they're quite nice. And I also bought these two. If you remember when I did Vera, I made a top out of a speckled Ryukarumi yarn. Well, I thought that worked out really well for like a, you know, like for putting a bit of clothing on. So I got two more colours. So I got this one, which is colour 009. So that's like a brown and cream, or brown and white. And it's Ryukarumi Spray DK. I think they're 25-gram balls, if I can find it. Do you know when they put it in that holographic, look, you can hardly see, can you? 25-gram balls. And then this one is a pinky colour. And that is, it's just underneath the price, which is 003. So I just thought, for, you know, for future clothing, if I have to make any clothing, I thought it'd be nice for a little highlight. They're £1.70 for a 25-gram ball, so overall not too cheap. But you know, for just an highlight colour, you hardly use any. I hardly used any for that top for Vera. And then one more thing I got from that shop, which was the Stylecraft Colour Twist double knit, and it's one where it's got a centre pull, so it's like they're trying to, you know, do it like the American ones do, like your you know, red art retro stripes and things like that. And I've seen this colour before, and I've oohed and ahed about it, and it's called Cinnamon. It's 100% acrylic, and oh, by the way, they're all cotton, 100% cotton, and so are the sprays, they're 100% cotton. Yes, so it's 100% premium acrylic, and it's in the colour Cinnamon. So it's that one, Colour Twist. And I've always thought it would look good on like a Christmas teddy, you know, a gingerbread sort of like teddy, or whatever else you could make, you know, like in those colours. So I'm thinking of looking for a pattern for it, you know, because there's plenty there with 100 grams. So that's those. Now, yesterday we went to Black Sheep Mills, Black Sheep Wools. Is that what I call it? The one over in Warrington, anyway. We went yesterday, and I said to Phil, because it was her birthday, I said, do you fancy going for, you know, a treat to her? Because I knew she liked the idea of going. So we went over there, and she, even though it was her birthday, she treated me to lunch, which was lovely of her. It takes us about 1 hour 20, 1 hour 30 minutes from where we are in South Yorkshire. Not too bad. We had a nice car ride and a good chat. We put the world to rights like you do. Anyway, so we both treated ourselves, but I got another yarn roll from Black Sheep Wools, and this one I've got to buy another bag, another Emma Ball bag, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I've got Buddy Cats on. Now I have got a price listing here somewhere. Where is it? Just in case you want to know how much I paid. So I shall show you what I got. So this one was too much of a bargain to resist. It was called Deck the Halls. It was some sort of kit they had last year. It's all Rico Essentials cotton. I think it's supposed to be DK, but that's the one I said were very fine. but I've got enough colours there that I could use, you know, like it don't matter, I can use them together and it'll be fine. So yeah, I've got 4 balls of the 100% cotton, and then I've got another one of the Creative Lame, which I bought a tiny ball of last year. So there's a pink, there's that one which is like a duck egg, there's white, and there's like a beige neutral. So yeah, so for that I only had to pay £9.95, and I'm sure these are about a £5 each of these balls, so I think that I've done really well with that. I then got, you know, I'm going to be joining in with the Granny Square cowl within my spare time on YouTube. So Jenny from In My Spare Time, she's got a channel, go check her out. And I'm going to use, I think, for all my squares, I'm going to use my cotton blends that are either in Serdar Stories or Serdar Snuggly Replay DK, because I find them very comfortable to use, and I just thought I'll just put some more colours together. Now these may, like I said, I don't know which months exactly I'm going to use them for yet. I mean, some of them are obvious, so like if they're grey or blue, they're likely to be for winter, and like the browns and such like are likely to be for autumn. So I got, let me just sort out which ones. I've got Serdar Stories. You know, all these I paid full price for with the stories. Let me have a look. Yeah, so Serdar Stories, I got the colour, the stories, by the way, let me have a look. Do you know, I can never find it on here. It's 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. So that one is the colour Karma. So it's like a vibrant blue, I think, that one. I've got lots of other colours already in my stash. That's why I'm going with these, I think. And then they've got the colour Skinny Dip. That one. Then I got the colour Carnival. The green, I think that'll definitely be a summer shade. Right, so I was just watching the video back and I realised it cut off. So I was just showing you this one, which was Carnival. And then the other stories ones are Sky Bar, which is like a grey, and this one which is a Queen, which is a purple. One of my favourite colours, that. So those are those. Then in the bargain room, they had some Serdar Snuggly Replay which they were selling off. So I got 2 of the base Camp Brown, which I got for £1.99, which is cheaper than it should be. I've used that a lot for doing like the bears and also for the reindeer. And then I got 2 colours which, like a springtime colour I suppose, or whatever. I got full of beans, which is a bit peachy, which I have got 2 of these already, which I've bought to make the kangaroos. And then this one, which I think is really pretty, it's Rocket Red, but it's a very muted red. So that's that one. So I'm really thrilled with those. So that's increased my stash of those for the Granny Challenge. I also treated myself to a really lovely thing. I've wanted some of this Rowan alpaca soft for a long time. The combination is 70% virgin wool and 30% alpaca. Now, I know there's a lot dearer out there, but these aren't cheap either. These are 50-gram balls and they're £7.90. That was my Shirley. Just hang on a moment. These are 50-gram balls and they are super soft, absolutely lovely. And I've bought 4 colours, which I'm going to put together and either do something to wear, like a scarf or something like that, to treat myself for my 60th birthday. So I'm forgetting how much it will cost in total. I mean, obviously you can work that out, it's £7.99 times 4, but I'm not honestly, I just want something nice. So I've treated myself and I don't care. Now, I don't know which colours are which exactly, but they're on the receipt. A Sun Valley, which I think is that one, Verdigris, which I think will be that one, and then there's Mulberry and Dark Burgundy. So I think think that'll be dark burgundy and that'll be mulberry. I'm not right bothered. I just went and stood in front of them and looked for the, you know, well, 3 or 4 that I wanted to put together, and that's what I came up with. And I also thought, if I am going to use it for an amigurumi, I wanted to think of what I needed for, like, if it were a bear or a cat, you know, so I needed that sort of colour for an animal, and then for its, you know, clothing or whatever. I think it will be a wearable though, because 200 grams is perfectly enough for me to make a scarf, you know. So yeah, I'm sorted with them. And then I got one bargain in these are in like the, you know, where there's no ball bands or whatever. And I think this is in Rowan Summer Light, which is a really good quality cotton. I think they're over £5 full price, something like that. It was £1.50, so I'm really happy with that. The holiday, I did put together a video of the pictures that I took, and the camera just misbehaved, just like it did there when I was doing this video in the first place. So I'm just not going to forget that, because the